Johnson & Johnson said once it gets the green light on its shot, it could provide about 20 million doses alone by the end of March. So that will really help the fight against COVID. Joining us right now to talk more about this and this new vaccine is Jeffrey Mital, an associate professor of biomedical sciences at Quinnipiac University. Professor, thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
So we just said it right there, and we've been hearing this a lot. It's not as effective as Moderna and Pfizer. I think that's turning some people off. Are you seeing that? How does this really differ from the other two vaccines right now?
Well, when we look at effectiveness, we have to take a lot of things into consideration. Yes, the Moderna vaccine, when it came out, and Pfizer, they're looking at 95% overall effectiveness. We're looking at lower overall effectiveness for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. But you have to remember that the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, when they went through clinical trials, it was, over the summer. And this Johnson & Johnson has been going through clinical trials fall and winter when there were more transmissible variants around. So I think the difference in efficacy isn't as great as the numbers say.
I read an article today in the Washington Post that said people should not be choosy. Just take whichever vaccine you can get. Just get the shot. I'm assuming you would think the same?
Without a doubt. Take whatever vaccine you're able to get.
What do you know about any potential side effects from the new Johnson & Johnson shot?
So there weren't any significant side effects in the experimental group versus the placebo group. So the individuals actually that got the placebo in the clinical trial had more common severe adverse effects than the individuals getting the vaccine. So there's no major side effects. With the Pfizer and Moderna, we saw some allergic reactions. We're not seeing that in the Johnson & Johnson vaccine.
I guess this kind of goes along with what we were talking about a moment ago. It's probably hard to rank these, or impossible to say which is the best one. But we do get this question a lot from viewers. They say, hey, if I can pick, is there one I should go with?
Well, it all depends what your goal is. The Johnson & Johnson is going to probably get you protective immunity faster because it's only one shot. You have to take less time off of work. People with transportation issues that might not be able to get there twice. That's an important consideration. But I mean, given all the differences between the vaccines, I think they're going to come out to be pretty equal.
Well, we've come a long way. It's been a long, long year, but we surely have come a long way, right?
Oh, definitely. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. We have to wait for these millions of vaccines to get out. We need to approach herd immunity. And until then, we really need to be diligent with social distancing and wearing our masks.
Okay. Jeffrey Mital from Quinnipiac, thank you very much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.